The idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day has been a cornerstone of dietary advice for decades, but recent research has prompted a more nuanced understanding of its role in metabolism, appetite regulation, and energy balance. While early studies emphasize the psychological and metabolic benefits of starting the day with food, newer research highlights that the impact of breakfast may depend on individual biology, lifestyle, and eating patterns, rather than functioning as a universal requirement for optimal health. Nonetheless, emerging evidence suggests that for many people, a thoughtfully composed morning meal can provide significant advantages in energy regulation, cognitive performance, and circadian alignment. Eating in the morning aligns food intake with natural circadian rhythms, which can influence glucose metabolism, insulin sensitivity, and energy utilization. After an overnight fast, the body's metabolism is primed to handle nutrients efficiently. Insulin sensitivity is typically higher in the morning, and digestive enzyme activity is optimized for carbohydrate and protein absorption. Consuming breakfast during this window helps stabilize blood sugar levels, preventing excessive post-meal spikes and crashes that can occur when eating is delayed. For individuals prone to mid-morning hunger, skipping breakfast can lead to overeating later in the day, increased snacking on energy-dense foods, and larger overall caloric intake, potentially impacting weight management over time. In this way, breakfast may act as a metabolic anchor, helping to regulate appetite and energy balance throughout the day. Beyond metabolic effects, breakfast can enhance cognitive performance and mood. The brain relies heavily on glucose, and after the overnight fast, early nutrient intake provides the energy needed for attention, memory, and executive function. Studies have shown that breakfast consumption improves mental clarity, reaction times, and sustained focus in both children and adults. Additionally, protein-rich morning meals can modulate satiety hormones, keeping energy levels stable and reducing cravings for sugary foods, which supports healthier dietary patterns throughout the day. For many, breakfast also offers an opportunity to consume key micronutrients such as B vitamins, calcium, and vitamin D, which are more challenging to obtain later if skipped. However, recent studies also suggest that breakfast is not universally essential for everyone's metabolism or weight control. Some research on intermittent fasting and time-restricted eating indicates that delaying the first meal may not impair metabolic health in healthy adults, and in some cases can support fat oxidation and energy balance when the overall daily caloric intake is managed. This highlights that the benefit of breakfast may be context-dependent. It can support metabolic and cognitive function most effectively when it fits an individual's circadian rhythms, lifestyle, and activity schedule, rather than being an absolute requirement for all. Meal composition is also critical. A nutrient-dense breakfast that includes protein, complex carbohydrates, fiber, and healthy fats provides sustained energy, supports muscle maintenance, and regulates appetite. High-sugar or refined carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts, while still technically providing morning calories, may lead to rapid blood sugar spikes and subsequent energy crashes, reducing the overall benefit. By contrast, combining protein-rich foods such as eggs, yogurt, or legumes with whole grains, fruits, and healthy fats creates a balanced morning meal that stabilizes glucose, supports satiety, and aligns with natural metabolic rhythms. Another advantage of regular breakfast consumption lies in its ability to reinforce consistent daily routines. Eating at a predictable morning time helps entrain circadian clocks, supporting hormonal rhythms such as cortisol, melatonin, and ghrelin, which influence sleep, appetite, and energy utilization. Skipping breakfast or consuming it at irregular times can disrupt these cycles, potentially affecting sleep quality, hunger regulation, and subsequent meal timing. In contrast, a consistent breakfast habit can serve as a behavioral anchor, promoting structured eating patterns, better nutrient intake, and more stable energy across the day. In conclusion, while breakfast may not be an absolute requirement for everyone, it offers meaningful benefits for many individuals by supporting glucose control, appetite regulation, cognitive performance, and circadian alignment. Its effectiveness depends on timing, composition, and individual biology, making a balanced, nutrient-rich morning meal a practical strategy for stabilizing energy, reinforcing daily routines, and optimizing overall metabolic health. Rather than adhering to blanket advice, the emerging perspective encourages personalization. When breakfast is tailored to fit a person's lifestyle, activity levels, and natural rhythms, it can play a powerful role in supporting long-term wellness, energy balance, and mental performance.